This is going to be a video about starting a lawn care business. Let me just start out here. If you're not going to listen to the whole thing, then just stop now because you're not committed enough to starting the business. This is going to be a helpful video to either expand your lawn care business or start your business. First question I usually get is, how much can you make? Well, first of all, I have created this list of about 20 tips that's going to help you. So how much can you make? Well, you can start by earning, you will start at around $60 per week if you're just starting in the neighborhood. But you can earn up to or more than $20,000 a month, and a good reputation will get you to over $100,000. A good tip I have used is inquire on a leasing or for sale home or apartment complex. If somebody's leasing it, they need to have it looking good. If you're mowing it and you're getting it looking good, that's helping them sell it. So that's going to really help them sell it, and that's what they want. Next is, you need like an eye-catching brochure or website. You want to create a good first impression. Have it be colorful and have your prices straight up listed. If you're going to have quotes, give them a number to call. Don't make them email you, give them a number to call. Make it the easiest that they can have for them to contact you. I don't recommend buying a pre-started landscaping business because you don't know 100% what their reputation is. You know, you never know, have they maybe messed up a big contract, or you're just not building that client base that they have done, but you don't know how reliable they are. So start, and that's better to go A to Z. Big thing I have is lock up your equipment in the trailer. A lot of people, when they're on the job, they think their equipment's safe. No, this equipment's expensive. People will come and just take it in the broad daylight. Lock it up and cable it up. Have a good appearance. Match with your other employees and have decent looking equipment. You don't want to be the guy who's a drunkie and he just throws his mower in the back of his truck and goes out and mows. You want to have a good appearance, match with your employees, and just look professional. That really does help a lot. Don't undercharge. Calculate your costs, including gas, labor, equipment, and the time for the mow or landscape. It's better to bid a little higher than lose money. If you don't get the bid, it's better than losing $200 because you underbid it. You can't change your bid once it's been placed. Well, you can't go lower, or you can't go higher, so just don't underbid. You don't always need to buy new equipment, as I already kind of touched on this, but you need to have a good appearance. It doesn't matter if you're using like a snapper rear engine rider from the 80s, but at least sand it and paint it and just have it looking good. You don't want a big rusty machine that's going to make their yard look bad. If you do expand and you have a truck, be sure to have your number on the truck. That's really good free advertisement. And when they see you out mowing, and if they think it looks good, they want the number right away. They just want to be able to look at your truck and see the number. They want to see the name of the business and the number. Then they'll give you a call. Who knows? That could be another job. This is more if you've already expanded your business and you're working in a big town such as like New York, Chicago, even a smaller town, just a suburban town. Rent storage places on both sides of the town. Can you imagine if you have traffic? Okay, so maybe you're in traffic 45 minutes a day. Multiply that by 30 days in a month, by 5 months in the summer. Yeah, you're losing a lot of money. You'd make a lot more money if you just rent places on both sides of the town, and then sure, it's going to be a little more, but it's going to be, you can do more jobs and get done with the day quicker. if your business does get big, you need to make your main priority working on the business, not in the business. You can hire employees, and if you're working in the business, you don't have as much control. Your employees are, so I'd really focus on expanding your business. You're the one who's out there with the tape measure, measuring how long it's going to take to mow. You work on that and have your employees do the work. Make your customers pay in advance. I was reading on the internet a few days ago, and I had never heard of this, but I guess some people do it. Some people offer like a 2% discount if you pay in advance. Well, that's really just letting your customers make money, because that's money that you're going to get regardless. So just make them pay up front, and you don't have to give them any discount at all. This is kind of touching on the equipment again. How much money do you have to invest in the equipment? You don't always need the newest machine, the newest F-350 truck with a lift on the back. Just have your equipment looking nice, and also the higher quality equipment, the less it's going to break down. And that may be a myth, but that's actually partly true. If you have a 2005 Honda HRZ 216 mower compared to a 1986 MTD mower, there's no comparison. The Honda, even if it's very old, is not going to break down as much as the MTD. That can be questionable, but check out my video on what brands of mowers to make. This is a tip that I really want to stress, so pay close attention to this. If you're a kid and you're just watching this video trying to make a few extra bucks, size what you're doing. Do you really need a lawn tractor, or is it going to slow you down? When I first started my business, I was just doing residential lawns, and they were not that big. They had a lot of obstacles, such as trees and bushes, and really a lawn tractor, a front engine rider of course, which I had, was actually slowing me down than just having a push mower. So I sold that after I realized that, and I bought a Honda mower. Now, are you going to take the same path I did and buy a lawn tractor for a lot more money? Or are you just going to buy a push mower? And trust me on this one. If you're just doing residential lawns, you really don't need a lawn tractor. Sure, a zero turn radius is probably better than a front engine rider, and probably a rear engine rider because it has a better turn radius. But, you can only mow in like second gear, or if it's a hydro, you can't go that fast. So, and you're not mowing straight lines. So if you're suburban, just doing residential, I recommend a push mower or a zero turn radius if you have the money. But don't go out and using your credit cards. Try and buy what you already have the money for. If you already have your business established, try and get apartment complexes and other big complexes like that. You're not going to get the same amount of hourly wages, but you're not driving across town, getting stuck in traffic. It's a constant job. You have a contract for it. In the long run, you're going to make more money off bigger complexes than having 70 or so residential yards. Build up a customer base. If you're starting at the bottom, don't blow off your customers. Try your hardest on every job, and don't let any job look bad. Don't let people fool you telling you it looks bad, because they're probably just trying to steal your work. Take pictures of your work before and after and post it on your website. A website is a great tool, and with all this technological advances, a website will help. Keep those customers all the way until the end. You don't want to blow them off. If anything, you can hire a kid or something to mow their lawn, but it's still, you want to build up that customer base that will always be there no matter what. One last thing is, have a consistent schedule, usually every 7 days. If you go every 5 days, eventually you're going to be working on a Sunday. It's just not good. Every 10 days, the grass is going to get too long. I'm going to make a tips on cutting your lawn video, and you should refer to that. But If your grass gets too long, it can put a big toll on your equipment, and you really shouldn't do this. I personally do own a landscaping business, and I do lawn mowing, hedge trimming, I do everything, weeding, herbicides, everything. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Check out my other videos regarding landscaping and lawn care. My channel basically is all about mowers and other stuff like that, so go ahead and check it out, and if you have any questions, just don't be afraid to ask. Thanks.